This is the fourth album from the well-renowned synth-pop trio. They blew up in the early 2010s with two very raved about albums, cementing their place in the higher echelons of pop. They even had a song in Death Stranding. Very excited about the director's cut, by the way. I don't think that's necessary, but just wanted to express my excitement. I thought their last album was definitely their most cinematic and larger-than-life effort yet, but it returned such middling results as it felt like the trio just couldn't match the scope of the sound with compelling enough writing. So I was curious to see what this new album had to offer. Production-wise, the trio doesn't stray away from their comfort zone, remaining in the realm of dramatic synth-pop, while incorporating some distinct elements to keep things relatively fresh. The opening Asking a Friend has a solitary first half with Lauren singing about regrets and uncertainties, which is one of the core motifs on the album. The second half of the song progresses into this strobing light show with electronics just swirling and colliding all around. California, while it is the nth time I've heard a song with an upbeat instrumental juxtaposed by these underlying melancholic lyrics about California, I still dug the smooth coastal feeling the song gives off as the wind blows mildly in my face. Violent Delights has this racketing drum and bass beat amidst the cascading layers of synth. The soundscape is very gray and cloudy. It almost sounds like it's pouring rain. The lyrics here are dark, talking in-depthly about the external horrors and side effects of death, which is bolstered by how gravitating the hook is here. Probably my favorite song on the album. Final Girl has a slick bass groove alongside a synth rock influence, which serves as the background to Lauren singing about the pressures of being a woman, feeling like you're always being watched and having to always live up to other people's standards. The chorus is emotive and has Lauren dipping a bit low into her register to bring out that regretful, defeated feeling. Lullabies is another track diving deep into depression and regret, wanting to separate from reality. The opening minor key lead here is overtaken by a steady beat that thankfully does not go too overboard on the theatrics, giving the performance here space to breathe. There's a grungy undertone to Nightmares, pairing the underlying low-end guitars with this fainty spectre-like vocal to evoke this kind of hellish sound as the song talks about this nightmare that is happening over and over and over again. And the closer is the most up-close and personal track here. Whereas all the other songs on the track end up bringing in an over-the-topness feeling about them to fill out the soundscape, I really appreciate how the instrumental here realizes that it is not the time to be gargantuan. It just steadily moves along with its admittedly watered-down post-punk influence to let the lyrics about a person who has been hurt learning to move on by building up walls around them sink in. I felt more and more glued to the words here than I did on any other song, which is not meant as a slight but more as an appreciation. There were a couple of songs that suffered from being underwritten, ended up being too simplistic for their own good. He Said, She Said has this really underwhelming and overstaying hook that has this weird vocal after effect which completely puts me off from even wanting to listen to it again. How to Drown featuring Robert Smith of The Cure fame feels like it misses an opportunity to make a truly outstanding track, in my opinion. I found the melodies very reminiscent of what's on the back end of the track listing, but those instances were more appealing to me, mostly because I think the production here falls a bit flat to really stand out, especially during the 2-minute post-rock-esque send-off. And Good Girl, nothing on this track really caught my ear. The instrumental is a dime a dozen, the verses and melodic elements are quite rudimentary, and the lyrics here are not great. I get what the message is going for, but I feel like the approach and presentation fails to keep the topic withstanding, and it just got really tedious for me to listen to. Overall, I thought this was a nice bounce-back effort, quality-wise, in comparison with their last full-length release. The tunes feel relatively grounded. I enjoy the stylistic deviations they go for. The performances and sound are pretty good too. It's more of CHVRCHES, which comes with its caveats and shortcomings, but if you're a big CHVRCHES fan, I don't think you'll be disappointed with this one. Those are my thoughts. What are yours? Let me know down below, and we'll see you on the next video. I'd give it a